Welcome back, friends. Let's talk realistically today, not about chasing dreams, crushing goals, or building a perfect life. Let's talk about how to enjoy your life, create peace and feel more happiness, not someday, but today. Because I'll be honest with you, I spent years climbing ladders that never seemed to end, and always thinking, once I hit this next thing, then I'll finally feel okay. But that okay feeling never came. And that's what we're going to unpack. How to stop chasing peace like it's somewhere out there and start building it right where you are. Now, I used to have this invisible checklist in my head. Maybe you can relate. Make a certain amount of money, buy the house, grow the business, be liked, respected, and successful. Every time I checked one box, another one appeared. And the feeling I was chasing was still missing. I remember hitting one of those goals, a big financial milestone I'd been working on for years. And I thought I'd wake up the next day feeling proud, grounded, and finally at peace. Instead, I felt numb. That's when it hit me. I wasn't chasing success. I was running from discomfort. Now here's the thing. I love working. I genuinely do. But I crossed a line where my self-worth was tangled up in my productivity. I felt like I was falling behind if I wasn't doing something. It was a week years ago when I was so burned out that I couldn't even think clearly. I remember sitting in my car outside a grocery store, gripping the steering wheel, thinking, why do I feel so anxious when I'm doing everything right? That was the moment I realized maybe the problem isn't that I'm doing enough. Maybe the problem is I don't know how to just be. So I started testing something simple. Instead of waiting for peace, I started practicing peace. Not in some big dramatic way. I'm talking small moments, sitting with my morning coffee and actually tasting it. Turning off the background noise, putting my phone in another room. And one morning, I was sitting outside on my back steps, watching birds mess around in a bush, and I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Calm, present, grateful. Not because life was perfect, not because I'd figured it all out, just because I slowed down long enough to notice what was already there. I once read a quote that said, we buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. Let's say that again. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. Honestly, that one stuck. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you bought something and it actually made you happy for more than a week? I'm not saying we shouldn't enjoy nice things. I like my gadgets, I like comfort, but none of those things gave me what I was looking for. Peace, clarity, and connection. I started asking myself, why am I always reaching? The honest answer was because I thought something was missing in me, like I had to earn my own okayness. But peace doesn't come from doing more, it comes from needing less. So let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was visiting my grandmother. She lived a quiet life in a small house and didn't have much. No fancy car, no expensive furniture, but she was one of the most peaceful, happy people I've ever met. One night, we sat on our porch, sipping tea, and she said, people keep trying to add more to be happy. I've spent my whole life subtracting. That line changed me, because sometimes peace isn't about adding, it's about removing the noise, the pressure, the belief that you need to be more, do more, or own more. So here's what I started doing, and maybe it'll help you too. Every morning, before diving into the day, I list 3 things I'm grateful for. Not always deep things. Some days it's my warm socks, a funny text from a friend, the quiet in the early morning. And you know what? That simple habit has rewired the way I see my day. It anchors me. There's research backing this up too. Studies show that practicing daily gratitude can increase happiness, reduce anxiety, and even help you sleep better. But even without the science, it just works. Now here's a big fear people have. If I'm content, will I lose my drive? No, you won't. You can be peaceful and ambitious. You stop chasing for the wrong reasons. Instead of running from insecurity, you start moving from inspiration. Think about it like this. Are you working to prove something, or are you working to express something? That shift makes all the difference. One is exhausting, the other feels like freedom. So if you're someone who's always running, always achieving, always waiting for life to finally feel peaceful, I want you to hear this. You don't need more. You need presence. You need to feel enough, as you are right now. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling. And peace isn't something you find at the finish line, it's something you build in the pauses. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling. And peace isn't something you find at the finish line, it's something you build in the pauses. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it today. We're all in this together. And if you're ready to stop chasing and start healing your relationship with yourself, check out the Confidence Key, a self-paced course I created to help you build your self-worth from the inside out. You deserve to feel whole, exactly as you are. You're not here to be perfect, you're here to be real. Stay positive, friends.